Thursday evening, too. I'm 11 Live Storm Tracker meteorologist Melissa Nord. It's been an active 24 hours, and we're not completely done with the chance of thunderstorms here before we get into the weekend. In fact, I'm tracking two different areas of thunderstorms. So we're going to track more thunderstorms, more rain showers into our area tonight and into tomorrow. So you're looking big picture at the radar right now. There's nothing happening in North Georgia at the moment, but you notice here in Alabama, the radar is lit up with thunderstorm activity. This big polygon on the map, this kind of oblong rectangle, that is a severe thunderstorm watch, and within that there are several severe thunderstorm warnings. Nothing popping in North Georgia right now, but just across the state line there are showers, there's thunderstorms as well. These initially were very isolated by themselves, but over the last hour or two they're really starting to merge and congeal a little bit. But these have been producing not just some strong wind gusts, but also hail. In fact, some of these severe thunderstorm warnings issued have been for hail that is over 2 inches in diameter. That is larger than a golf ball, so that causes a lot of damage. You can see that they just issued a new severe thunderstorm warning, a really big box on the map right now, and that's for the I-65 corridor just south of Birmingham. So these thunderstorms, that's what we're watching to impact parts of West Georgia a little bit later on this evening, and then overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, additional showers and thunderstorms will be possible. With that being said, not everybody is going to end up getting rain. Look at the lightning strikes. I put the number on there for you. In the last 10 minutes in this big red box that I've drawn on the map, over 3,000 lightning strikes. So very electric thunderstorms ongoing, but these are in Alabama. They are not here in Georgia. I do want to point out, though, west of that, we've got more severe thunderstorms that have been developing from central Texas all the way up into northern Louisiana. And that will be something that we track as well downstream into tomorrow morning. And all that will start to head to Georgia. So we're waiting on this front to clear our area. It's not going to do so until about late morning tomorrow. The environment south of these fronts, warm, unstable, that's where it's primed for thunderstorms. Once you get to the other side of this front, drier air, cooler air, much more comfortable air, and no storm chances. And that's what's going to move in for the weekend. But in the meantime, we've got one cluster of thunderstorms and then that second cluster of thunderstorms developing, and each one of those storm structures and systems pushes into parts of Georgia later tonight and into tomorrow. Big picture, this is the severe weather outlook. This runs through about 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. And what you'll notice here is this is a very west to east trajectory of a level 3 enhanced risk. As we zoom in, though, to Georgia, where that level 3 threat is, that's over South Georgia. So here in the Atlanta area, we don't have a risk of severe weather, but as some of those storms kind of enter our area from Alabama, it's possible an isolated stronger storms possible. And that'll be mainly for our southwestern communities. So if you're out in Coweta County, Troup County, Meriwether County, maybe even towards Pike, Lamar, or Upson, and then down towards Columbus. That's where a lot of those storms will likely end up going later on tonight. And then by first thing tomorrow morning, the storms that are forming over Texas right now will likely impact central and southern Georgia as well. So a little bit turbulent, but we do not expect everybody to end up getting thunderstorms. This is the outlook for tomorrow from the Storm Prediction Center, and that shows you we don't have any parts of our viewing area except the tiniest little part of Upson County and Greene County in that risk of severe weather. So early tonight, we track what's in Alabama moving into parts of our area. I don't think everybody's going to see storm activity from that, but it's most likely south and west of Atlanta. Then for Friday morning, we'll track another chance of some shower and storm activity. I think the severe weather threat, especially for the morning, will likely be concentrated between Macon and Valdosta and points south. I don't think we're going to see a high risk of severe weather here, or a big risk of severe weather up in the Atlanta metro area. But here's the forecast track. Now this is one model run of one model. And you'll notice here, as this we call it initializes, this is showing you what it thinks the radar looks like at 9 o'clock. Well, the radar looks a little bit more active than this. So you take this with a grain of salt, and we say this didn't quite initialize perfectly, but it does show thunderstorms there over central Alabama. Okay, so this takes those first clusters of storms into parts of West Georgia, after, say, 10, 11 o'clock tonight. So it's possible tonight, early tonight, few showers and storms will move in. The environment here is not going to be as favorable for keeping those thunderstorms severe as what the environment is right now in Alabama. So few showers and storms early tonight in West Georgia, and then by first thing tomorrow morning, here comes the second push of thunderstorms. And again, if you look at the structure of these storms, where they look the most intense, bowing out features, we call this a mesoscale convective system. It's got a little cold pool behind it likely. Those storms that bring the really strong wind gusts, that might target more of central and southern Georgia. Not saying we're going to be dry here in Atlanta. We're still going to have some showers and storms, but we really feel like the most strongest thunderstorms, most intense thunderstorms will likely target that South Georgia region tomorrow morning. So although we do expect some shower and storm activity here, we may not see severe thunderstorm warnings as much issued tomorrow morning versus what we saw today. Speaking of today, there have been a lot of crews out looking at the damage from 11 Alive, and a lot of that damage was focused in Ellijay, and that's where Chris Holcomb was on the air last night just after 11 o'clock with that tornado warning. I did call the National Weather Service office right around 4 o'clock today. They said they likely will be sending out a couple different crews tomorrow to complete damage surveys. One of those will head to North Georgia, in particular Ellijay. There was also a possible touchdown out in Walker County, but they don't know if they'll make it there. And then they'll have another crew heading to southeast Georgia. They're going to have to do more damage surveys on Saturday as well. But we should get some answers tomorrow, hopefully from the Weather Service. Okay, let's go back to tonight's storm threats. Let's go hour by hour a little bit closer. Storms in Alabama after 10, 11 o'clock tonight. Some of those start to clip parts of our area. Again, it's mostly south and west of Atlanta, but this model does bring them into Atlanta as well after midnight tonight. Then by first thing tomorrow morning around the commute, we see that second push of some thunderstorm activity and showers pushing in again. Now again, you notice here as I pause things at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, we see a lot of this along and south of I-20. So up in far north Georgia, that front is going to arrive sooner, and that helps to keep the storms further south. So we'll see showers and storms moving in, but they're mainly going to be south of I-20 tonight, and then up in North Georgia, by first thing tomorrow morning, you will start to notice the drier air moving in. Cloud cover going to be with us tomorrow morning along with those showers and few thunder showers, but it will gradually clear its way out of here. A breezy northwest wind is really going to help to drive in a drop in humidity levels and a nice pleasant picture for Friday evening and into the weekend. And I've got this severe thunderstorm warning box on here, but what I tried to pull up for you, let me see if I can drop the warning box off rather, are the rainfall totals. These are just from the last 24 hours, and this shows an impressive swath of some pretty significant rainfall that was up across far north Georgia. You notice here in the metro area, we didn't see that high of rainfall totals, but up in far north Georgia, in particular between Toccoa, Dahlonega, and Ellijay, I'm going to query some of these. So you can see these purple colors and the pink colors. These are estimated rainfall of over 6 inches. And it's not just an estimation. We actually have ground truth from numbers collected. The top rainfall total that we got was from Dahlonega, 6.32 inches. Ellijay, almost 6 inches. On top of getting all the wind damage from that possible tornado. Armuchee, 5.3 inches, Dalton, 4.25, and even north side of the metro area up and coming in Forsyth County picked up over 3.5 inches of rain. A lot of rain came down up in far north Georgia. That water has to go somewhere. So a lot of those creeks and streams, those entered flood stage right when the rain was coming down. The bigger rivers, those were swelling today or swollen today, and those will eventually come down, but some of them have more water that has to come in them. So those river levels are going to stay elevated here over the next day, even though some of the North Georgia communities probably won't pick up any more rain tonight and tomorrow morning. Here's an example of all that rainfall. One of our 11 Live storm trackers, Jill, sent in this photo from up in Blairsville. And you can see here, look at how brown and murky the water is. So it churns up all that sediment on the bottom. Not only that, of course, when we get all the flooding, we have had some roadways that have closed because of overpasses, little bridges going over those waterways. And those roads got flooded. All right, so we do have showers and thunderstorms coming in tonight and tomorrow morning. You notice up in far north Georgia, where we've had the highest rainfall totals, we probably won't pick up any more rainfall. But Atlanta, point south, some of us could end up getting a ½ inch to an inch of additional rainfall. Others of us might not. It all depends on where the track of those storms end up going. So kind of recapping, we have the chance of showers and storms tonight and again tomorrow morning during the commute. So if you're trying to make plans for your Friday, I know it's a Friday, some of you get to telecommute, but those of you who have to go into work tomorrow in the morning, especially in Atlanta and point south, we're going to have some shower and storm activity around. By lunchtime, the rain is gone. It's going to take some time, but gradually we'll bring that sunshine back with breezy northwest winds moving in. And this moisture map also complements it really nicely. You can see here we have just a little bit more moisture moving in tonight through tomorrow morning. Then look at this, the purple colors coming in, those deep purple colors, that's that drier air coming in Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and it's not until we get into the week that we start to bring back moisture and then the chance of rain. So Mother's Day weekend looks really nice. It's a nice little reward after all these showers and thunderstorms. Gorgeous on Saturday, beautiful Sunday, but what I think you'll really enjoy about the weekend is look at those morning lows in the 50s. The dew points, the measure of the moisture, drops all the way to the 40s over the weekend, and that makes it feel absolutely refreshing outside. It's that nice, comfortable feeling. You're a little chilly in the morning as you step out to walk the dog or go on a hike, but in the afternoons, it's warm, bright, sunny, and just overall really pleasant. So we will be tracking that. Here's a forecast track showing tomorrow afternoon. We make it to the 80s as the clouds clear out. Then for the weekend, comfortable, even some 40s, a little chilly in the North Georgia mountains Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon, sunshine. Sunday, cool, comfortable again for Mother's Day morning and Mother's Day afternoon. A little bit of cloud cover does build back in, but we'll be close to 80 degrees by Sunday afternoon. So nice looking weekend overall. Meanwhile, it's rain chances we're building in for the overnight and tomorrow. For Atlanta specifically, it's that morning commute when it's most likely that we'll see the showers and storms moving in. But again, in Alabama, what we're tracking right now, those showers and thunderstorms, these will likely move into kind of these southwestern counties for us as we head into the overnight. These storm complexes that develop, sometimes as we see them starting to speed up, instead of them moving due east, sometimes they get a little southward component to them. So that's why I really feel like it's our southern and southwestern counties in West Georgia that probably sees a better chance of some of those storms starting to move in. So chance of rain coming in tonight. Another chance tomorrow morning of some shower and storm activity, and then we'll clear things out for the holiday weekend. I want to recap though before we end this live stream here on 11 Alive Plus and also on 11alive.com. I just want to recap again what we're expecting. So I'm going to go through one more time on radar, on the forecast track, what we're expecting for the overnight and tomorrow morning. So again, big picture, we have storms that are over Alabama. Those storms do have a lot of lightning within them. A lot of lightning, several severe thunderstorm warnings for damaging winds, some hail as well. None of these have been showing the same signs of rotation that we saw in the storms overnight and early this morning, but they have a lot of lightning. The lightning count is coming down though. Remember at the start of this live stream, it was over 3,000. Now it's down to 2,400. So the sun is set, losing daytime heating. These storms, as they get going, they can still bring a really strong damaging wind threat and the lightning, but hopefully with the sun setting, we won't see that threat as high. More storms firing up over Texas. We're waiting on a front to pass over our area tomorrow, but until then, these storm complexes that form, these clusters of thunderstorms, they all keep riding east. Okay, they keep riding east. So we've got one right there that we're tracking, and then later on into tomorrow morning, those other storms that are forming over Texas and Louisiana, those will clip parts of Georgia tomorrow morning. So big picture, highest risk of severe weather, this level 3 enhanced risk goes from Texas, Louisiana, all the way into southern Georgia. But as we zoom in, again, it's that level 1 threat. Actually, this is just updated from the Storm Prediction Center since we started. This is a new one that just came in. They've pulled that level 2 threat kind of up into West Georgia. So this is new. I'm going to zoom in on this one so we can actually see this again. They pulled that level 1 threat all the way to Heard County and Carroll County. So let's see if I'm going to actually hop in this graphic so it's a little bit easier to see. They've pulled that level 1 threat into Carroll County. Let's make these a little bit smaller so they're less awkward on the screen. There we go. We can see that a little bit better. So Haralson County and Carroll County and then Heard County, you're now clipped in that level 2 threat. Troup County, you're clipped in that level 2 threat. So that's them recalculating for the storms over Alabama. So they pulled that level 2 threat up and that level 1 threat all the way up to about Peachtree City. So again, we're tracking a few of those thunderstorms for the overnight and then tomorrow morning as well. Let's go back to forecast track one more time before we wrap this thing up. I do want to show you that the storms that are over Alabama, those will start to push in to parts of our area a little bit later this evening. So as we get closer to 11 o'clock tonight, we'll see some of those moving in. Then as we get into early tomorrow morning, this is showing you 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's when that second wave of shower and storm activity will be pushing through. So we'll get a few storms overnight tonight, more of them tomorrow morning during the commute. The storms that move in tomorrow morning will likely be strongest south of our area altogether. Okay, so really south of Macon area is where we expect them to be the strongest. And then by tomorrow afternoon, we see the clouds clearing out, sunshine coming back, and we are back into sunshine for the weekend as well. All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here on 11 Alive Plus. If we do see warnings coming out this evening, we will hop back on 11 Alive Plus and 11alive.com. And of course, we'll have your latest forecast tonight on 11 Alive at 11. I'm meteorologist Melissa Nord with the 11 Alive Storm Trackers, and we are tracking these storms for you through the overnight.